Serialization and deserialization are very important concepts while creating your own API automation framework. In this video of 30 days of API testing with RestAssured challenge, we are going to learn about it. What is serialization, what is deserialization, and I'm going to show you step by step how to basically perform these options, right? So let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to Testing Academy. My name is Pramod and let's learn about what is serialization, right? So serialization is basically a process of converting an object into the stream of data. So why you want to convert a objects into the stream of data, right? So let me give you a simple example. You want to send a particular blog data. For example, you have an object, a Java object that you want to send it over the internet, right? So what you can do is that you basically serialize that data into the byte stream and then transfer over the internet using the JSON stream. And after that, whenever you receive some data, you basically deserialize it and you can use it. So that makes serialization and deserialization process a platform independent, and you can serialize an object in any platform and you can deserialize the same one in the different platform. So that's how it is beneficial. So I know it's very confusing in the first time, but it's very simple concept. So deserialization is nothing but converting a stream of data into the object. Now it's basically moving back the stream into the objects, right? So the main purpose of the deserialization and deserialization is to persist the data and recreate whenever we need it. So basically it's very similar to that we have an object which is in Java. For example, that object contains a student class, right? So it contains students, it can contain different students or a single student, right? So what we do is that we convert into the byte stream and sends over the internet, and after that wherever it is required, we will basically deserialize the same stream into the objects and we can use somewhere whenever we want it, right? So that makes it platform independent in that case. So why we are doing it actually, right? So you may ask me with me, like, Pramod, why we are doing this serialization and deserialization and why it is an important concept while learning API automation, right? So data that is exchanged between client and server is in JSON format that we have already discussed, right? And serializing an object into stream of JSON is important, and deserializing the same stream of data into the object is basically we are exchanging between the REST web services, right? So the JSON that we are sending and basically the JSON that we are sending, it's nothing but a stream of data that we are sending, right? And the program that we are working on is Java, and those mostly we are working on objects in that case, right? So we cannot send directly object in that case. We have to convert them into a stream of data. So that is a process of serialization, and after that when we have converted into them, so that will be basically sent to the particular endpoint wherever it will go. And after that, if we are receiving a data, we can deserialize it into the object so that we can understand it, right? So in a very simple manner, right? So how to do it? Now the question rises, basically how to serialize and deserialize a particular objects, right? So we are going to use a simple library which is called as JSON2 library, right? You can use JSON also, right? I'm going to use the JSON2 because in our automation framework we are also using the same. So if you have already created a Maven project that I have shown you in the previous video, make sure you watch the previous video about the how to set up your Maven project basics for your API automation that we are creating, right? You just need to add this dependency. So this is the dependency that you can add, right? So let's see the demo, and if you want to convert your basically an object into the Pojo class, that you can do it. So let me show you step by step what we are doing here. So now I'm gonna run my JSON server. So let me show you how my JSON server looks like. So this is my db.json file, which basically contains the different data. Let me show you what is it, right? So this contains a ping pong result and a blog post. So blog post contain ID, title and author, right? And if you want to play around, I have added students also, so you can find this in the db.json in the project directory that I'm going to show you in the description. You can download it. So right now I'm going to play with this simple API, right? So let's start the JSON server. So this is actually a in-house server that we are using, right? And okay, that is hyphen, I guess. Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna open the blog post, right? So if you see, this is a simple guest where get request, where we are basically showing all the blog post which contains ID, title and author, right? So now what you need to do is that it's an array. If you see now, what I have already given you that, okay, you can so what we need to serialize the data, right? So it basically means that suppose I want to create a new ID in that case, right? So what I can do is that I can create a simple class which will basically contains ID, title and author, right? And that class will that class object I need to send to as a request. Basically I need to make a post request using that object, right? But I cannot make a direct I cannot use directly. Basically I cannot send object directly as a post request, right? I need to serialize it into the JSON stream. So that's what I'm going to show you what we are doing here. So all right, so let's open IntelliJ in that case, right? So make sure you have added, so this is the project that we are already working. I hope you already have this project, right? And so now I have added the JSON dependency, right? And this is my SD package that where I will be working on, right? And if you see for blog, this is blog post, right? So I have already created a Pojo class, and now you may be wondering what is this Pojo class, right? In that case, so it is nothing but a single entity of this one, and with the getters and setters. So basically if I want to set ID, title or author, then I can use this. So basically if you see, we are basically mapping the property, right? So the annotation that we are using are of the JSON one. So these are all JSON's annotation that we are using. So we are using JSON annotator, setters, ignore, include, property and property order, right? And how do you create it? So let me show you how you can directly create it rather than messing around or typing. So you can type JSON to Pojo, right? I have already given you a link here, right? This one. So you can open that link. Now what you need to do is that if you have already a request that you for example already have a response, you can put the response here and make sure so the package we have is SD. So let me do one thing. Let me make a smaller one. So a package name is SD, and the class name, let's name it as blog post, right? And this will be a Java, and I'm basically mentioning a JSON, and here I have selected JSON 2.x, right? So that I'm using. So let me preview, and here it has already created it. Let's copy it, and here what we can do is create a new class, and the class name that we have used here is blog post, right? So let's make it blog post. Make sense? So now copy paste everything, and you need to remove this thing, this comment. Basically let's remove it here. So no error, it means basically everything works fine. Now so basically if you see, it is nothing but it just basically we have added private integer, title and author. These are the three fields in our response, right? And this is a class which is mapped to the response that we are sending, and we have basically added JSON property in that case, and we are basically adding JSON ignore and additional property that we're gonna see in the future video. So what is it actually? What you need to concern about basically is the setter and getter. So for example, set ID and get ID, right? These are setter and getters of this Pojo class. So this is a Pojo class, right? And this will be mapped to this a single entity of this, right? Now you have already created a Pojo class. Now what you can do is that it's in a simple way. If you want to create a new resource, if you want to create a new blog post in that case, right? So you have already a class which is a structure which is a very much similar to this, right? So it will be very similar to this, just the values are not set in that case, right? So let's create a basically let me show you an example of serialization in that case. So how do we create a post request? And basically I'll create an object of this class, this Pojo. I'll basically create a new blog post which will contain a new ID, new title, new author, and I'm gonna do a post request using RestAssured, right? I hope that makes sense. So let me show you how you can do it. So let's create a new class, and I am gonna name it SOD for serialization, suppose. And here you can basically enter, you can make a new right now we have not added test engine and all, but we are just making a simple main function in that case, right? So the first thing first you need to do is that you need to initialize a, so let me show you what is it. So we need to get a object mapper, right? And make sure it is from JSON data bind, right? And I'm gonna type a capital mapper in that case, and you have to use like this. Yeah, so we have created a mapper, so that this mapper will basically will convert our Pojo class into a JSON stream. Make sense, right? So let's do one thing. Let's create the object of the class that we have already created, right? So that is block sport, right? And I'm gonna type bg1, which is our blog post 1, and I'm gonna do I'm just gonna create the object of it, right? And if you know, we have already setters and getters, right? So we're gonna set the id. So if you see id 8 is there, so I'm gonna type 9. Let me copy paste, set title, I'm gonna type title as 9. So this will be a ninth person. I'm gonna do a post request, guys, so very simpler one. Right, so 9, and I'm not id, it will be an author. Let's type 9 author. It doesn't, this data doesn't make sense, guys, but you know what I'm doing, right? And so the URL that we are using is very simple one, which is basically this one. So we need so let me show you in Postman, so if it is working fine or not, right? So we need to check first manually that this post request works fine or not, right? So what you can have already created a collection for you for this one. So let me show you where it is. Right, so let's do one thing, let's create a new one, post request. I'm gonna make using this URL, right? Body, let's do it raw, let's make it JSON, and we're gonna use the same body in that case, and let's make it 9. Send, everything works fine. Let's see if 9 is appended. Yeah, so 9 is appended, it means our API works fine, right? So now move to the code, and 9 is already done, so make sure you type 10 in that case, right? And the URL that we have to use is this one. So this will be our URL. Make sense, right? So now what you need to do is that now interesting part starts. It's very simple one. So you need to so to make a post request you need a JSON, right? So here if you see we have JSON, right? But the problem here is that this is an object. Blog post is an object that we have created. It's a Pojo class, right? It's a plain object Java class, right? So you need to convert this Pojo to the JSON, and we are gonna use a mapper in that case. So we'll use mapper, write values as string, right? And I'm gonna pass the bp1, right? And it will give you an error. Okay, what if I'll get the error by processing, so it will basically add a exception in that case, right? That makes sense. Okay, so now it's very simple. Now you need to just do a response. We're gonna use RestAssured in that case. So RestAssured dot given, so we're gonna do given dot, so just I'm just setting up the content type, because that is important, because right now as you can see here, right, also in the headers we are adding JSON. So if we are we are adding JSON, right? So I'm gonna type it as a JSON, right? I'm gonna do dot log all. I make sure we log all true. I'm gonna type dot, okay, dot and body. So we need to make sure we have to give body. So what is a body? We have to give JSON, right? And now we have to tell it's a post request. What is the URL? This is the URL, and we're gonna do a and return right now, and that's all. Okay, so just need to import it, and log is a function, right? Everything is straightforward, right? And what we're gonna do is that just make sure we have added the string. We're gonna use insert equal, it will be equals. We're gonna do response dot get status code. It should be 201, and that will be HTTP message. That's a simple one, right, guys? And here it is telling us, okay, import something, right? So import from testng. Okay, we are using testng in that case. So let's run quickly and see if our 9, let's make it 10, our serialized data, basically the data that we have in Pojo, we have converted it to the JSON. It is, we are able to send it or not, right? Let's do the send, and everything works, looks like everything is working. And here we go, guys. So now what we have done successfully, we have a Pojo class, so which is basically a frame of the ID title and body, right? This is a simple, this is a frame of this one, and that we have basically set, and we have created an object that contains the data, and that object we have converted into the JSON, and that we are sending into our post request, right? I hope that makes sense, guys. If you have any doubt, comment down below. I'll happy to help in that case. So let's quickly jump into the deserialization part, right? I hope I'm not missing everything. Yeah. So what we have that we're gonna do after this. So let's do quickly deserialize, because that this video is becoming a little long. So make sure let's do deserialize object. So do, and let's do main, right? And here we're gonna do the same thing. In that case, we need object mapper, of course, because that is it totally depends. You want to make it static, anyone, like it's your choice. Basically you can also put them in utils if you are making a particular case, right? So now we need to deserialize the data, right? And so what we can do before, so let's take a URL first. Okay, so I need to get so if you see, I need to get the data of 10, right? So if I type 10 here, it will give me the data of 10, right? So let me make it like this. Make sense? Yeah. Now what I can do here is that, yeah, all right, so let's do one thing. When we deserialize the data, it will be a block spot, it will be an object of this block spot, right? So we need to make the block spot object, so that will be a block spot object, right? Because the data that we are returning, it's in JSON, that we will basically deserialize into the object, right? So we're gonna do response, oh sorry, not response, RestAssured dot given. We're gonna do a given. In that case, we're gonna do a get URL, and the URL that we are using is here as, and now you need to give the type. What is the type of this? So blockport dot class, this is the important one. So deserialize it, right? And it will return this thing, block spot, right? Let's see if it is returning or not. So we have one get request with only one blog post, so it will be the blog post number 10. So let's make it 10 in that case. Okay, so that you'll get the clarity. Okay, so only this is only returning 10 to string, right? And let's run it here. So we have written a toString here, right? But the problem here is that we haven't implemented the toString of this blog post, right? So let me do it quickly here, right? And I'm gonna do right. So we have quickly return here. and here, right? So let's run the again, and here we have. So now we have successfully make a get request, and we have deserialized the data. So you need to pass the class, right? What type of class that we are expecting. So that JSON, the whatever the JSON that we are getting from this get request, we have converted into this object, right? Now suppose one more thing I want to tell you, right? Okay, you want to get this thing, right? All this thing, right? So let's do quickly how you can do it. So it's very simple actually, and let me show you how you can do it. So basically you can create a list. So that will be a list of blog post, right? And that will be all blog, what is it, blog post list, right? And so we are making a RestAssured dot get, right? And the URL will be different in that case, right? So let me change here. The second time it will be URL 2, and I'm gonna do it 2. Now it will be very simple, right? And as a type, now the problem here is the important part, which is a very different logic, and lots of people have problem while understanding. So I'm gonna do java.util. We're gonna do a type, small type. And what is this type, right? First of all, what you need to do is that you need to get a type new type reference. And what is it actually? And you will be confused, right? So let me show you what is it actually. List, we need to give a list of it, and let's give a her, which is this blog post, and here I have to close it. Give me 1 second. Lots of so it's very difficult syntax actually. So what we are doing is that we are using a type reference of JSON type, and we are basically passing the list of blog post here, and we need to get the type of it. So this method, and we are using a reflection API here to get the type. So this will return a type, and basically whenever we are making a get request, and we need to pass the type, what is the type actually we are getting. So now we have mentioned that okay, the type for this will be the blog post type. Basically we have used the JSON's API in that case, and that will return a blog post type, right? So this will return all the blogs that we have, right? And let's do quickly print it out so that we can see the result. Okay, here we have right, and we have blog post list. Here we have, let's run it. We have an error. What is the error? Let's see. Okay, right, okay, I got the point. Actually you have to use all one, right? And this will print the all the blogs. Yes, so now we have all the blogs, right? So now we have deserialized successfully into the object, so that this contain a list of it. Okay, so this is how you can do the serialization and deserialization, guys. So let me show you what we have learned in this video. We have successfully deserialized a JSON string. You can do the JSON string also by using the mapper dot write, what is it actually, let me remember. Yeah, mapper dot write value as a bytes in that case. Yeah, and we have deserialized it. You can do the deserialization. There's another way you can deserialize directly by using, let me show you what is it. So you can directly do, rather than creating type reference, getting type and all, right? There's another simple method. So this will be like creating URL3, right? And so basically we're gonna use the URL2 in that case, so we don't have to use again. You can use something like this, which is again a very simple one. You can use blogspot all blogs, and that will be an array, because we are expecting an array, right? And instead of getting the type, we can use the URL2 in that case again, and you can do as, and here you can mention blogspot array dot class. This is another interesting way, and similarly you will get the same results. here also. So this is all blocks 2, and if you do the same thing, it will get the same result, right? So this is another way to do it. So basically passing as an array. So right now toString, you don't have to do toString in that case, but yeah, you get the point. This will be a same in that containing. It's basically an array containing all the things, right? So that's how you can also do it. So you have learned something new. So you have also learned how to make get the type and do say the same thing, right? So that's all about it, guys, and thanks a lot for watching. I know it's a little bit long video, but you have get the clarity of serialization and deserialization, everything from JSON API, right? Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next video.